are the funniest moments in racing history.
Oh, that's nice. Close the door, guys. What are you doing?
And take that! Oh my goodness!
Anyhow, this driver also deserves a championship, because when the car came in for a pit stop, for some reason its door couldn't close. So that driver took the matter in his own hands, and so...
Oh, that's nice. Close the door, guys. What are you doing? Jimmy, you're not playing football.
He really closed it good. Legend says that the door is still closed to this day. Later, we'll show you what this driver did to his team, which created the funniest racing moment ever. But first, you've got to see the stupid move this driver made. When Romain Grosjean was racing in his Haas, everything was going well. He was running P6, which, by the way, was an awesome position for Haas. Only a few laps were left, and even a safety car was deployed. So, all Grosjean has to do now is maintain position and bring the car home.
It's the Haas. Grosjean. It is Grosjean.
Safety car.
Yeah, I don't know what to say either. But this guy made sure his questions were answered, because when these two collided, both of them were forced to retire from the race. But it looks like this driver wasn't too happy with this.
Warte, lass mich jetzt aussteigen. Nee, erst muss ich raus aus dem Auto. Ja. So, mach nicht zu schnell.
Man, they're both running for their lives, but for totally different reasons. But this driver also couldn't run away from this embarrassing moment, because when Daniel Ricciardo asked him a funny question, things got crazy.
Man's had a good moustache. I'm not able to grow, it makes a difference.
If you have.
Asking that in between a press conference, Ricciardo's crazy. But it was even crazier here during another interview when it finally got over. I guess Ricciardo wanted to end it on a high. And so...
Well, we're excited about that. So thank you.
Help me up, come on. Get out of my face.
Man, he ended it with a bang. Literally. But you know what's even funnier? When a race car came into the pits for the driver change, the pit crew took their job way too seriously.
195 car looks like it's about to expire as FNS come in, dragged out of the car, sent to his knees.
Now that's some next level fall. I just hope they won that race. But this fall was even better, because when there was debris on the track, a few marshals decided to pick it up ASAP. But I guess one of them had his own plans.
It's Schumacher, Weber third, Bassett fourth, Kobayashi seventh, we've got a marshal. What's that? Earth's going on.
What on earth is going on is correct. Now, even though they're professionals, in all fairness, their job is pretty risky, so full respect to the marshals. But this driver gets no excuse for his crazy actions. It happened in Germany, Hockenheim. Nelson Piquet was racing well and leading the pack. He even got so far ahead that he started lapping other drivers too, so clearly everything was going well for him. But not so fast, said Eliseo Salazar, because when Piquet was about to lap Salazar, the unbelievable thing happened. They collided with each other, thus taking the leader Piquet out of the race. Now sure, this was a serious moment, but not for long, because the way Piquet showed his anger was pure comedy.
I couldn't help it. It says, and take that! Oh my goodness!
Now even though nobody got hurt, that's serious kung fu stuff right there. What do you think of Piquet's reaction? Would you have reacted in the same way? Anywho, this basketball player did react in the best way possible, because when the McLaren driver Lando Norris took Jimmy Butler for a ride along, all of his emotions got lit up.
You're going too fast! Oh! No. My head! Driving. I'm gonna pass out. Oh my God.
Man, I bet he'll remember that Montreal trip forever. And so will this guy, as this driver went through the roller coaster of emotions. Cletus McFarland is a car enthusiast, an airplane pilot, and even a successful content creator. Clearly, he's very talented. But then he one-upped himself when he decided to become a race car driver as well. So in 2022, he made his debut at the Stadium Supertrucks Racing in California. It was his first race, so obviously nothing major was expected from him. But like I said earlier, the guy's talented. So when he was already starting from P3, we knew this race was going to be interesting. He started strong, maintained position, and went through all the turns correctly. Now in your debut, finishing P3 is already pretty good, but turns out he went even further, because he overtook for P2. And then, when a small gap appeared, he took that too, thus now running P1. So in his debut weekend, he managed to lead the race. But it wasn't for long, because his opponents overtook him, thus dropping him down to P3 again. but he still didn't stop. He overtook them once again for the lead, and this time he even managed to create some gap from them. And now it was the final stretch, so much so that he could even see the finish line. So things started to go his way. Cletus McFarlane was about to win his debut race until...
Looking for his first goal! He loses it! He loses it just before the finish line! Throw it in reverse!
Look how close that finish line was.
That's gotta hurt.
But turns out, not Cletus, because what he did next was simply beautiful.
Let him hear you, Long Beach! Cletus McFarlane did a great job here. Cletus falls down on the finish line. He finally got there.
But now that we've reached the top 3 funniest moments, things are going to get to a whole new level.
Like the time when one driver made a fool out of his team.
It was a close race in Monaco. Bjorn Werdheim was leading that F3000 race. He had gotten a clean start, made a good lead, and even stayed out of all the troubling moments as well. So everything was going great. He did everything correctly. And all that was left was to take the win and bring the car home.
The checkered flag, in fact, slows by his pit. He slowed too early. There's the checkered flag.
I've never seen anyone screw up this badly in a race. Amazing. But not as amazing as this moment, because when the Porsche Carrera Cup was going on, nobody expected this to happen.
Et ça se touche, et l'accrochage. Et une voiture incroyable posée sur le toit de Geoffrey Denard.
Yeah, that actually occurred.
And that too on the first lap. Who said miracles don't happen? But now, out of all the moments shown earlier, here's the funniest thing that happened in racing. It was the Monaco Grand Prix, so naturally everybody was hoping for a great race, especially from Raikkonen, as he was fighting for the win. Kimi Raikkonen started from P3. He got a clean start and even made sure to stay away from any collisions. This helped him to comfortably stay at P3 till lap 30, and at the same time, he was running close enough with the front runners as well, so much so that now he even became one of the favourites to win the race. So clearly, things were working for him. Until it didn't.
Lap 51, Kimi Raikkonen is pulling off the racetrack and Raikkonen's car 2 is on fire. We've lost the second and third place man in this race.
Now, when a driver gets forced to retire from the race, he or she usually goes back to the paddock, thinks about their race, and maybe even thinks about where they could have improved on the track. But like I said, that's usually. In this case, what did Raikkonen do after retiring?
And it looks like yet another mechanical failure. 20 to 25 minutes to the paddock from there. Plenty of time and a long walk back through the tunnel. That's a good 25 minutes. Have some thoughts about what you do about this situation. Ted Kravitz. There is Kimi Raikkonen. He's got his shirt off. He's not even gone back to the paddock. He's with some of his best mates from Finland.
Yep, that's Kimi Raikkonen for you, everybody. And in case you still need another reason why he's a legend, Raikkonen named his boat One More Toy. If that's not legendary, I don't know what is.
But do you know what's even more legendary? The craziest race that happened in history.
Because this race had many close battles and even some of the most extreme crashes. And I know you want to see it, so just click right here.